For nearly 2 years, the world waited in quiet anticipation. After each BTS member enlisted for military service, fans were left with an aching question: what would the future of BTS look like when the 7 finally returned? But as autumn 2025 arrived, subtle movements began to ripple through the industry. 2 familiar names surfaced more than the others: Jimin and Jungkook. They weren't just appearing randomly. Every move, every post, and every public moment seemed calculated, carefully woven into HYBE's silent narrative. The storm was coming, and these 2 were the thunder before the rain. Jimin's reappearance at Paris Fashion Week and Jungkook's candid Weverse Live in October weren't isolated events. They were signals. After years of individual projects, HYBE began repositioning the duo as the face of BTS's rebirth. Their timing was impeccable. Jimin brought the sophistication and artistry of BTS's emotional side, while Jungkook radiated raw energy and global charisma. Together, they became the perfect embodiment of balance, heart, and power, ready to lead the group's reawakening. Insiders noticed that the press coverage around them wasn't accidental. It was a strategic media rollout, planting the seeds of curiosity before the group's official comeback in 2026. On November 2025, the news broke. Jimin and Jungkook were returning together for Season 2 of their travel show. Are you sure? Fans screamed in disbelief. After months of military service, this was the reunion they'd been waiting for. But beneath the cheerful travel theme lay a deeper layer of intention. The show wasn't just entertainment. It was a reintroduction. Through laughter, shared memories, and honest conversations, Jimin and Jungkook were showing the world who they'd become: matured, reflective, and more united than ever. HYBE's media playbook is one of precision. Rather than dropping surprises, it builds emotional scaffolding, step by step, until the audience is fully invested. By focusing on Jimin and Jungkook first, HYBE reignited the emotional core of BTS fandom. The bond between the group's 2 youngest members, their chemistry represents innocence, loyalty, and continuity. Values BTS has always stood for. Behind the scenes, executives reportedly saw this pairing as the emotional entry point for BTS's next era, a way to make millions of fans feel connected again before the big reunion unfolds. Both idols carved their own legacy during BTS's hiatus. Jungkook's golden era shattered records, making him one of the most streamed soloists in K-pop history. Jimin, on the other hand, touched hearts with his ethereal artistry, achieving historic Billboard milestones. But 2025 marked a new shift, the merging of 2 journeys into one story. Their solo identities weren't fading. They were fusing, creating anticipation for what their reunion could bring. The emotional storytelling of Jimin combined with Jungkook's global pop influence. Fans often describe Jimin and Jungkook as opposites who complete each other: soft and strong, graceful and grounded, delicate yet unshakable. HYBE's media approach seems to amplify that symbolism. From Jimin's Dior-styled elegance to Jungkook's athletic simplicity, the 2 represent the full emotional spectrum of BTS. Art and reality, dream and discipline. Their every appearance, whether a photo shoot or a variety show, feels like part of a larger cinematic narrative that prepares audiences emotionally for the group's collective return. When news of "Are you sure?" Season 2 dropped, the internet exploded. Within hours, #JiminJungkook trended worldwide on X, formerly Twitter. Armies from Seoul to Sao Paulo began piecing together theories. Is this the pre-comeback project? Are they teasing new music? International news outlets picked up the story, calling it a soft relaunch of BTS's brand identity. Fans translated, analyzed, and replayed every clip, proving once again that BTS's greatest power isn't just music, it's connection. HYBE knew that power. And this was their way of reigniting IT marketing terms. Jimin and Jungkook are more than artists. They're emotional assets. HYBE's approach intertwines brand narrative with human storytelling. Rather than announcing a comeback outright, the company builds anticipation through emotion, letting fans feel the comeback before hearing it. Each project, each smile, each live broadcast becomes a subtle advertisement for what's coming. Analysts say this emotion-first model is what keeps BTS's global relevance alive even after years of silence. As November 2025 draws to a close, rumors swirl that BTS's new album is fully recorded. Sources close to the production suggest that Jimin and Jungkook's chemistry inside the studio reminded everyone of why BTS changed the world in the first place. The next chapter isn't just about returning, it's about rediscovering identity. Fans believe that the bond between these two magnets will act as the emotional spine of BTS's long-awaited reunion. They are not just coming back as idols, they're coming back as storytellers of a generation. Every great story has a bridge between past and future. For BTS, that bridge has two names, Jimin and Jungkook. They represent healing after hardship, artistry after silence, and hope after waiting. HYBE's decision to center them in its strategy is not just smart, it's poetic. Because when fans see them laugh, cry, and grow, they see the story of BTS itself. Resilience, unity, and love that transcends distance. As 2026 approaches, one truth becomes clear. The next era of BTS begins with the heartbeat of Jimin and Jungkook. Behind every photo, every broadcast, every viral clip, there's something that cannot be manufactured. Genuine friendship. Jimin and Jungkook's connection has always been real, raw, and deeply rooted in the earliest days of BTS. Now, after serving side by side in the military and facing the quiet storms of adulthood, their friendship has evolved into something even deeper. A living message of endurance and brotherhood. HYBE understands that this friendship sells not as a product, but as a promise. IT reminds millions of fans worldwide that BTS isn't just a brand, it's a bond, one that never fades, no matter how long the silence lasts. And their upcoming travel show. Teasers reveal moments where Jimin and Jungkook sit by rivers, share late-night meals, and laugh about the struggles of military life. For fans, those scenes hit differently. They're not just watching idols, they're watching healing. After years of separation, uncertainty, and waiting, these two are helping fans recover emotionally. Through authenticity, every smile and tear acts like therapy, reminding ARMY that healing doesn't happen alone. It happens together. HYBE's use of nostalgia is surgical. The company knows the emotional currency that comes with Jimin and Jungkook together in one frame, from reusing the same background music from Are You Sure? Season 1 to referencing moments from 2013 practice room clips. HYBE is pulling at the heartstrings of longtime fans. But this isn't manipulation, it's reconnection. Nostalgia is being used not to trap fans in the past, but to bridge the gap between the old BTS and the one that's coming next. Every move in HYBE's strategy seems perfectly timed. Jimin's birthday in October, followed by the official Are You Sure? Season 2 teaser in early November, and rumors of BTS's completed album in late November. All of it builds rhythm. The world is learning once again that BTS doesn't just drop music, they build worlds. Timing isn't a coincidence. It's choreography, and Jimin and Jungkook are the lead dancers of HYBE's grand narrative. They're the heartbeat of anticipation, setting the tempo for what's to come. While fans in Korea and Japan wait for their first appearance together, global networks like Netflix Asia, Disney Plus, and Amazon Prime have reportedly shown interest in broadcasting the Are You Sure? Sequel worldwide. Industry insiders suggest that this global release could serve as the first pre-comeback project involving BTS members in 2026. Imagine it. Millions of viewers across continents watching the same two boys who once shared a tiny dorm in Seoul now walking together through Switzerland. It's poetic, and it proves one thing. Jimin and Jungkook are not just idols anymore. They're global storytellers.